Hello and welcome to a new video from the Canine Integral Center. Wow. Today we're finally going to talk about the leader walk. I promised you, and I'm going to keep that promise. So I've taken advantage of the fact that I've come to see my sister, who has a little dog that has appeared in a video or two, named Nana, and she pulls a lot on the leash. I'm going to explain to you first what the leader walk consists of. When we go out for a walk, the dogs come out to stretch their legs or think about their things like we do. They have the genes, wolf genes, that make them go out to patrol. And that's why they often go out with that eagerness. In other words, wolves, when they're in a pack and need to go out, do so for two main reasons. One, to feed themselves or hydrate. And two, to patrol the area to ensure there are no invaders from other packs within their territory that could eat their prey. So, they go out, the wolves, when they're in a pack and need to go out, do so for two main reasons. One, to feed themselves or hydrate. Two, to patrol the area and ensure there are no invaders from other packs within their territory that could eat their prey. Well, as I've told you a bunch of times, dogs are wolves that have been with us for 10,000 years. That's absolutely nothing. So their wolf genes are still there. So when they go out to patrol, when they go out for a walk with us, that's why they pee and poop on the street, because they're marking their territory. That's absolutely nothing. So their wolf genes are still there. So when they go out on patrol, when they go out for a walk with us, that's why they pee and poop in the street, because they are leaving a mark on their territory. And that's why puppies have a hard time peeing and pooping on the street, because genetically their survival instinct is telling them that there could be predators out there that might find their pee and poop and attack them. So they're waiting to get home to pee and poop so that their mom can eat it, or in our case, so we can clean it up. So how does all this relate to a pack of wolves going out to patrol or hunt? So they're waiting to get home to pee and poop so that their mom can eat it, or in our case, so we can clean it up. So, how does all this relate to a pack of wolves going out to patrol or hunt? The leader goes first. Why, leader? It's very simple. The leader of a pack is usually the oldest dad or mom, and they know where the resources are, where the prey is in summer and winter, where the water is, and where they can find shelter. And the others, who are usually puppies from previous years, follow the leader wherever they think it's necessary to go. They understand that very well. That's why the leader walk, which comes from instinctivism, uses that ability wolves have to follow the leader so that they follow. So there are several rules they need to follow. The dog should never walk in front of the owner. They should walk beside or behind. Why is that? For a very simple reason. Look, just imagine you're going on a trip, I don't know, to a place you don't know, okay? Imagine, I don't know, going to Paris, a place I don't know. And if I go with a group to explore Paris, it makes sense for me to stay behind the tour guide, because if I go in front, I'm likely to get lost. The tour guide is the one who knows where we need to go, and I stay behind her so I don't get lost, and I'm paying attention to her. Okay? I'm not going to stop to look at a shop window in the middle of a pregnancy, or at a fountain, or at a kiosk to buy a magazine, because when I come out, the tour guide will probably have left with the rest of the group, and I'll be left all alone in Paris, lost, without money, not knowing where to eat, where to sleep, or anything at all. Something similar happens with wolves when they go out to patrol, which are territories of hundreds of square kilometers. Just imagine if you get lost. It's disastrous for a wolf. Another thing to do during the guided walk is that we go from point A to point B, which means we leave our house and head to the place where the dog is going to pee or poop. During that journey, dog can't, well, it can sniff around as long as it doesn't interrupt the pace, okay? But it can't stop to sniff around, it can't pee, it can't poop. But I take my dog out to pee and poop, okay, that's perfect. But during that journey, it can't do that. You take it from your house to the place where it can pee or poop, for example, a designated area, the park where you take it, and so on. So be careful if we take it to a park or a designated area. Always remember to pick up the poop. Loving our dog doesn't mean leaving poop everywhere, because nobody likes stepping in dog poop, okay? That said, first the dog has to walk beside or behind. 2. We go from point A to point B. And when we get to point B, well, from point A to point B, of course, the dog has to follow me by my side. more or less paying attention to me, doing its own thing, but they can still look around, a little while being aware of me. Okay. And of course he can't stand up, he can't lead the walk. If he stops to sniff and I stop, because he has stopped, then he is the one leading the walk. So, if he decides to go faster and pull, then he won't pull on the leash. Won't understand why we're coming along because we're letting him lead the walk. Okay. If I'm the one leading the walk, a very clear example is Hula, for instance, when we used to go for walks, okay? We were walking down the street, and when she wanted to pee, she would sniff and look at me, sniff and look at me, sniff and look at me. So, since I'm a really good leader for my dog, I already knew that my dog wanted to pee. And at the tree, she had sniffed no, but at the next one or the other, I would stop. And that's where my dog could pee, at that tree, okay? Or poop, whatever. So, even though it might seem silly, I stopped, where I decided it was okay for her to pee, not where my dog decided she wanted to pee. In that way, my dog asked me for permission when she can stop to pee. Another very simple example. If we take a bus from Alicante to Cadiz, just randomly picking two cities that I don't know at all, just so you know, I live in Alicante, but I'm from Cadiz. If I'm on a bus and the driver, for whatever reason, decides to go to Madrid, in the end, I'll end up in Madrid. I might get angry or whatever, but in the end, I'll end up in Madrid. When can I pee on the bus? When the person driving the bus decides. Okay, I can't just pee whenever I want. I can at most say to the driver, "Excuse me, could you please stop at the next gas station? I'm about to pee." And if he decides to stop, he could pee. And if not, I'll have to hold it until he stops. Okay, the same thing happens with the dog. We're going to take him from our house to the place where they can pee. If during the journey the dog can't hold it and wants to pee, they have to ask us, and we will decide when we can stop to let them pee. It seems super tyrannical, but it's very logical, and they understand it very well. Let's now go into the world of the dog. To the psychology of the wolf, to be more exact. Imagine that we are a pack of wolves, and the leader has to travel 30 or 40 kilometers from where we are sleeping to where the deer are to go hunting. And we are a pack of wolves. And now one decides to stop to pee. A little further ahead, another has smelled some rabbits. A little further ahead, another says, "I'm tired, I'm going to lie down." The other one a little further ahead says, "Oof," and stops to poop. Imagine they wouldn't make it 50 kilometers in their lifetime. They die before reaching 50 kilometers. So, when they are patrolling, when they are going to hunt, which is the walk, they are very clear that what they are going to do is pom 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 until the leader says, "All right, let's rest here for a bit." So one will go to chase the rabbit and will go to do their business when the leader says, "All right, let's go. Let's go." How do we do it? How do we apply all this theory to what is the leader walk? Now we're going to see it. Nothing, okay? Let's see how she usually goes for a walk. Then I'm going to pick up the little dog and show you how it's done. It's very simple. I've explained it. You'll see that video this morning, but I'll explain it to you now before you see it. The dog is never going to be able to go in front. If the dog goes in front of me before it pulls on the leash, I'm going to give a tug on the leash. With what force? The strength has to be proportional to the dog's sensitivity. I mean, Fame, for example, is a super sensitive dog. Just a little tug like this is enough for her to react to that little pull on the leash and step back to the spot where she needs to be. Nana, for example, the dog we're going to see now, is a very tough dog, and I need to give a stronger tug because she's always overly excited and focused on 18 million things, and if I don't, she won't even notice. Nana, for example, the dog we're going to see now is a very tough dog, and I need to give a stronger tug because she's always overly excited and focused on 18 million things, and if I don't, she won't even notice, so I have to give it a little bit stronger. Be careful, we don't want to hurt the dog, I repeat, we don't want to hurt the dog, so I have to give it a little bit stronger. Be careful, we don't want to hurt the dog, I repeat, we don't want to hurt the dog. What we want is for the dog to realize that it's doing something wrong, okay? Before giving the tug, we're always going to make a sound. A sound comes out of me that feels natural to you, okay? A no. Back, I don't know, whatever comes to you. Okay. I make a hissing sound. Okay. So before doing that, I make a sound and pull. Do you remember the basic training course we have here on the channel? If you haven't seen it, here it is, or I'll leave it down below. Remember when we were trying to associate the word very good with the reward, very good reward, very good reward, very good reward. Well, this is something similar. In the end, the dog associates the reward very well. If I associate it with a little tug on the leash, she knows that after the chech, if she doesn't do it right, she's going to know what we're asking of her. There will be a little tug on the leash. Where are we going to pull? To the side, because what I want is for when he's in front to pull and destabilize him, okay? I don't want to pull backward, because if I pull backward, what he's going to do is pull harder, and we're achieving just the opposite. We are teaching him to pull. If what I want is for my dog to pull, what I have to do is pull backward, okay? To teach him to pull, okay? If what I want is for him not to pull, what I do is destabilize him. Should I put the word destabilize here, okay? I don't know if it's clear enough. We're only going to correct the dog when it's about to move ahead, okay? I can go to the side or behind. I don't let him read. I let him read as long as he doesn't get tangled in the leash, okay? But I don't stop for him to sniff. I don't stop for him to pee. I don't stop for him to poop until we get to the place we need to reach. When we get to the place we need to reach, there, either with the leash on or off, I let him go and do whatever he wants. When I say let's go, it's leash and guided walk home. Also, the guided walk ends when I take off the leash, the collar leash, and then I give him a release command. I say free, for example, okay? Alright, free, that's it, I'm home now. I let go of the leash, I let go of the key, and that's the end of the walk. The dog has been calm, relaxed, and enjoying the walk. You have been enjoying the walk with your dog, which is what really matters. Because you have a dog to enjoy it, not to suffer through it. You have a dog to enjoy. The dog has also enjoyed the walk. He has run. In the end, he has done his exercise. He has peed. He has pooped. And on top of that, he has strengthened that bond of leader and the follower. I don't like to call it submissive. I prefer leader and follower, because that's really what it is, okay? One day, I'm going to make a video about the difference between a leader and a tyrant, which is not the same thing. So, I'm going to leave you here with the video so you can see how it's done in practice. Well, this is a problem that many of you have. That is that the dog keeps pulling on the leash constantly. Why? Because it's very excited. Neither the owner nor, of course, the dog enjoys this walk, because even though it may seem like the dog is having a great time pulling on the leash, that state of anxiety doesn't bring satisfaction or pleasure when it comes to walking. So, for that, we're going to try to use and do the lead walk. Initially, the dog may be tense as it learns to walk without pulling on the leash. This can cause injuries to both the dog and the owner. At first, the dog is going to be tense because it's obviously going to be learning, but it needs to learn how to walk so it doesn't go back and forth like that, pulling on the leash. As I mentioned, this can even cause injuries to the back and neck, not just to the dog, but also to the owner. So I'm going to grab the dog and we're going to try to see how it's done. Here we have Nana in the part we just saw, pulling. And I'm going to explain how this works. The thing is that when she goes to pull, right at the moment she's about to pull, the one who's going to pull in this case is me. And I'm going to pull to the side. Why? To unbalance it so that the dog doesn't feel comfortable pulling. It's not a strong correction.
The strength with which you correct the dog has to be proportional to its sensitivity. For example, this dog is a very strong, very powerful dog. Here, even though you see her with that little princess face, she's a very strong dog. So, the little tug on the leash we have to give will probably be a bit stronger than usual. So we're going to pull to the side, okay? Never back. Why? Because if we pull back, the inertia will cause the cart to move forward. So we won't accomplish anything at all. Look at how it's done, okay? It's being pinched. Okay, let's just make a little bit more of a sound, alright? To let her know that she's doing it wrong. As soon as she begins to contemplate her thoughts, I am the one who holds the authority to determine the precise moments when it is appropriate to cease thinking and when it is necessary to direct our attention elsewhere. This responsibility of deciding when to pause and when to observe is solely mine, and nothing else influences this decision-making process. How long did we take? Tuamin, look at how the dog is doing now. She's still excited because it's her first session. Okay, but do you see how I'm holding the leash? I'm going to turn halfway around. Did you see how she corrected her face with the sound? It's a very clever face, very rough, very clever. Can I change the pace? And slower and faster. Okay. Slower and slower. The same, just so you know, you're not seeing it. But the one holding the camera is walking backward. So if you see the sky, it means she has fallen. I stop. Do you see that the attitude is completely different? Now she's much more relaxed. Now she's enjoying the walk. Before, she wasn't enjoying the walk. She was anxious to smell, to get there. I don't know what. That's not enjoying a walk, okay? As you can see, I hardly rewarded her because in reality, fame, oh fame, Nana. I actually don't have to reward this. What I need to do is correct it. As you saw in the explanation of what a guided walk is, she needs to respect me as the leader and not go ahead or not trust where I'm going to take her. Okay, I'm going to take a little more walk and then we'll go. Nana. Do you see how she stopped? Did you see it? Look at how she's holding the leash. And well, now that we've arrived at the destination, here she can be let loose. This is a closed area. It's a dog park. And here, yes, she can do whatever she wants. If she wants to run, let her run. If she wants to pee, let her pee. If she wants to poop, let her poop. If she wants to sniff around, let her sniff. If she wants to come to her owner, let her come. Here she can do whatever she wants. But while we're walking, we're not just walking. We lead the walk. And she walks relaxed next to us. Well, that's it. You've seen it. It's that simple. So, if you have any questions, you can write to me on Sikwao. As you have the comments here, if you have a question about this video, you can send me your videos of your dogs. Okay? So, any training or questions you have about your dogs, let's see if I can try to solve it. And if it's something interesting, maybe we can make a video so that everyone can learn from your case. So that's it. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and check out this video that you're going to enjoy. A hug and see you in the next video. Okay.